it's Holly, and welcome back to my channel, Smile by Holly. Thank you for joining. So today I'm going to show you this cute mini album that Nitwits Collections has put out, and we are going to go step by step and make this entire mini album together. So this is called a print, cut, and create mini album, and it's called Lakeshore Cottage Collection, and this is just so cute with the aquas and the blues and the pinks, just so adorable. So let's do a quick walkthrough, and then we're just going to take it nice and slow and easy and make this mini album together. I'm going to leave links down below for this mini album. Like I say, because it's a print, cut, and create, you just purchase the kit, you print it out, you cut it out, and then you can make your own mini album that looks just like this. So what a fun deal. Anyway, look how cute this is. Welcome to the good life. It has a cute little paddle on the front with some flowers. I've added some bling to the flowers and of course my bow. There's the edge of the mini album, and then the back. This is the life with some cute little fishes. And all of these elements are popped up, so it gives it just a really nice dimensional look. So let's go ahead and open this up. Here you've got this really cool, I don't even know what you'd call it, but all of these pieces fold up and then they can go the opposite way. Does that make sense? So you can go here, 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 and here. Or you can go here, 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 and here. So anyway, this would be great to add little tiny photos. And then you could go in and just open up the different panels to show 8 different photos. So I think that would be just a really cute way to showcase some fun photos. And then over here you've got this little frame that's open on the side so you can slip a photo in, and it says moments like these. Isn't that just cute? And then over here we've got a cute pocket with a journaling card in. It says happy days. And look at this little flamingo. He's popped up and it says the beach, where doing absolutely nothing is doing something absolutely wonderful. Now, how many of you can relate to that? But this is popped up in dimensional, and I think it's such a cute little pocket to put a journaling card down in. And now this page is the highlight of the album. Look how cute this is. You just pull it and it's kind of like a sliding waterfall that just closes in and opens back up. I could do this for days. It's so fun. And you could have photos on each page or a cute little thought. So many different things you can do. And then it has this cute paddle over here that says perfect day. And over here we've got another cute little tuck spot for a journaling card. This one says happy thoughts. Don't you just love it how everything coordinates, and that just tucks back in with this cute little flamingo that says moments like these. And then on the back page we have another tuck spot with 3 cute little embellishments. You've got this one that has a cutout for a photo. You've got sunny memories, and then this one, just a cute little journaling card. And these just tuck down in here into the tuck spot. Isn't that cute? And then the back. So let's just go step by step and we will make this cute album. Go in, if you really like this album, go in and purchase it, and then you can make it alongside with me. So first we're going to start out and make the base. So I'm going to give you all of the measurements to start out with. The first measurements are you are going to need 2 6x6 papers, and this is going to be for the front and the back cover, okay? And then for the pages, you will need 2 pieces of paper that are 6 by 6.5, 6 by 6.5. And then we are going to be scoring these, but we will do that in just a moment. For the cute little sliding waterfall pages, you will need 4 pieces of paper that are 3 by 3, 3 inch by 3 inch, 4 of those. And this is going to be the base for the waterfall, and this is 3 by 11, okay, 3 by 11. This is going to be our closure for the sliding waterfall, and this is 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches, 1.5 by 5.5. Now this is our hidden hinge, and this is such a neat way to make mini albums because you don't see the hinge. So for our hidden hinge, you will need a piece of paper that is 1.5 by 6, 1.5 by 6, and we will be scoring this one also in a little bit. And then last but not least, you will need a spine piece that is 2.5 by 6, 2.5 by 6. And I will go ahead and try to go over these measurements as we are assembling our project. So let's start out with our 2 first inside pages. These are the ones that are 6 by 6.5, and you'll want to bring your scoreboard in, and on the 6.5 inch side, you want to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, on the 6.5 inch side. So I'll bring my second one in. It's on the 6.5 inch side. I'm using a really tiny scoreboard today, so it's actually off the page, but you want to score that at 1/2 inch. Okay, now turn your page and you want to score it at 1/2 inch on both sides. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay, so can you see those? We are going to be cutting out these 2 squares, and that's going to make our page so it slips inside our hidden hinge. Okay, take that other page, go ahead and put it in your scoreboard, and you want to score it at 1/2 inch. And I'm just flipping it over and scoring it at 1/2 inch on this side because it does show through on the other side. So, and this is on the 6 inch side where you want to score 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut out those little squares. And as we do this, you'll be able to kind of see in your mind how this album is going to be put together. So we're just cutting out those little squares, okay? So tell me, how are you guys? Are you having a fun summer? Summer has just started. In fact, I think last week was the first week officially of summer. So it's awesome to have here. We just hit 3 digits, 102 degrees today. And so we actually broke a record here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So it's hot, but I'm down in my craft room and it's very cool and air conditioned. So I have nothing to complain about. Besides, I really like the hot weather. I don't mind it. Of course, being out there in 102, yeah, you could get very heated. Okay, so that's what we've done to those 2 inside pages. Now, let's go ahead and make our hidden hinge. So you've got the hidden hinge, which is 1.5 inches by 6, 1.5 by 6. Put it in on the 1.5 inch side, and you want to score at 1/2 inch and at 1. Okay, you're just kind of splitting that into 2, 1.5 and 1. Then go ahead and turn it to the long side, and you want to score it at 1/2 inch and then 5.5. Okay, 1/2 inch and 5.5. So you've got all these squares. What we're going to be doing is cutting slits from here to here. Okay, here to here and here to here. So I'm just bringing in my roller blade. Roller blade, that sounds funny. And I'm just going to start at the 1/2 inch and go down to the 5.5 inch. And let me show you what that does. Oops, I didn't get all the way cut through. Give me just a sec. So that's what it's looking like. Let's go ahead and do that to our other score line. And there we go. So now we have 2 of these. So we'll slide this page in, and you just want to make sure that this lines up for the whole album to remain 6 by 6, okay? We're going to add a little bit of glue onto the underside of where that tab is. And once again, just make sure your album's lining up and glue that down. And then I'm going to crease that page so you can see how this opens and shut just nice and easy. Now, of course, I've got my writing on the inside, but that's going to be just fine. Okay, let's bring in our other page. Just going to go ahead and fold that. Now, let's tuck that into this second hidden hinge. And it should go in there just nicely. And then we will go ahead and glue this one down. Does that make sense? Have you guys made a hidden hinge before? I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Kathy Ortega that came up with the hidden hinge. Okay, so I'm just gluing that down. So we've got our first page, and see, you can't even see the hinge, and then our second page. Okay, so boom and boom. Now, let's go ahead and take our piece that is 2.5 by 6. This is our spine. And what we want to do is we want to score it at 1/2 inch on both sides. So 1/2 inch, and then instead of flipping your paper, you could just do it at 2. And let's go ahead and fold and crease on those, and I'll show you how this will sit down just nicely in the middle of that. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glue onto the bottom of my hidden hinge, and we will set this right in the middle of our spine. Okay. And you just, as you're making this, just make sure everything stays nice and lined up. Okay, see how that fit in there just nicely? And that makes our 2 pages. To glue that down just a little. Now we're ready to add the front and back covers. Now these were 6 by 6, and all you're going to do is add some glue onto that tab there and glue your front cover on and your back cover. Don't you love how it's coming together? I get so excited when I can see like the project starting to take shape. And you can really see this mini album is just coming together. It's awesome. And once again, try to keep that lined up as you're making your album. Now I'm going to add some glue onto the back side, and we'll add our back cover. And believe it or not, we are through with the base of our mini album. I just need to glue it down a little bit better. Look, I've got a price tag from the piece of paper. I need to pull that off. That looks funny. I think before I start a project, I should make sure that that's off, because now I'm going to need to go in and lift that up. You know, I don't think too many papers nowadays have actual, each piece of paper has a little sticker on it, but maybe they do. I just haven't seen them for a while. Okay, so here we go. We've got our album with the 2 pages, and we are ready to go and start decorating it. Now let's go ahead and, before we actually decorate, let's make our sliding waterfall. So you'll want to take the piece that is 3 by 11, 3 by 11, and we want to put it in on the long side, and we want to make a score line that's 3 inches up from the bottom. So make a score line that's at 3 inches. And then you want to do it every 1/2 inch. So 4 more at a 1/2 inch. So 3, we have one at 3. We're going to go 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, and 5. So a total of 5 score lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we're going to do is take your pieces of paper, the 4 pieces of paper that are 3 by 3, and you want to, oh, I've got another sticker. You want to line up this first one. Let me show you. We're going to just bend this back on itself. So just kind of bend that back on the score line. And it should fold real easy if you've made your scores. Okay, so now this first little section of score line is where we are going to glue our first little sliding waterfall. So we'll take our piece of paper and you just want to line it up to that score line. And we've got our first one on. That's kind of hard to see. I hope you guys can see that. Now we're just going to take this next little section, add some glue, and we'll put another 3 by 3 paper. And as I'm doing this, I'm just making sure everything is staying nice and square. Okay, we're on to our third one. Just line that up. It just gives you the perfect kind of glue tab so that it's easy to tell where to line these up. Boy, and that's really hard to see. I hope that you're following along with me okay. And then our last one, add some glue to that little tab and put your last 3 by 3 card in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and as you do it, as you pull this, the little waterfall just slides. Isn't that so cute? I love this waterfall. Now, take your piece of paper that was 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. This is how we are going to attach our sliding waterfall into our album. So you want to go to the very last page. See, I'm on top of the last page. And you just want to kind of line that up and then flip it over and bend those pieces back. Now you don't glue these pieces onto the album. You're going to be gluing this outer section right here and right here onto the entire album, but don't glue the inside flaps onto the album or it won't pull. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of glue right on this middle section. And you will glue it right on top of that very bottom page, not on the bottom, but on the bottom page. Okay, so I've just glued that on. And once again, you flip it over and just fold those edges along the waterfall. Okay. Okay, we've got that glued down, and now this is just going to, let me hold on to this, slide open and slide shut. Is that just so fun? Okay, we are done with the little waterfall page. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to make our little flip book that flips 2 different ways that goes in the front. So I'm just using some copy paper. Okay, that's all you need is some copy paper, and you want 4 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 2 5/8. Okay, 4 pieces, 2 1/4 by 2 5/8, and this is what we're going after. What you want to do is on the long side, you want to score it at 3/8 of an inch. Okay, that's on the long side, 3/8 of an inch. Then go ahead and turn it a quarter, and you want to score it at 1/4 of an inch on the top and 1/4 of an inch, I should say, on the left, and 1/4 of an inch on the right. Okay, so there we go. And as you can see, you've got 2 little squares like we had before when we were making our pages for the hidden hinge. So we are just going to cut those squares out. So there are our two little pages, okay? This is just going to fold through, and just kind of like the hidden hinge, that's what we're going after, okay? So take your other one. Once again, this is on the longer side, the 2 5/8 inch side, and you want to score it at 3/8 of an inch, okay? That's the part that's going to tuck in and under. Then go ahead and turn it, and you don't necessarily need to score all the way up. You just need to score it at 1/4 of an inch, and then at 2, which is 1/4 of an inch from the right side. So 1/4 of an inch from the left side, and then at 2, which is 1/4 of an inch from the right side. And go ahead and cut that square out. So I hope that this is making sense. I'm just trying to go nice and slow so I can keep you guys, so I don't get you guys lost. Which sometimes when there's all these different parts and things going on with a mini album, it's easy to get lost. So feel free to rewind it if you need to. So once again, on the 2 5/8 inch side, we just want to score it at 3/8 of an inch. Turn that 1/4, and we want to score it at 1/4 of an inch and at 2. Okay, now go ahead and cut out, it's not really a square, it's actually a rectangle. So cut out that rectangle. Okay, so now you want to grab your piece of paper that looks like this. And I have already gone ahead and cut and scored mine. So I just took a piece of paper that was 4.5 by 4.5, and I'll show you how we are going to make this. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to score your paper in half. So that's right at 2 1/4. And then turn it and at 2 1/4. Okay, now you've got 4 squares. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're going to do is we are going to make a little mark at 1/4 of an inch, just down to that middle, and then at 2, which is 1/4 of an inch from the middle line. Okay, now turn your paper, and you want to score it at 1/4 of an inch from the end, and then 1/4 of an inch from this middle score line. Turn it 1/4, score it at 1/4 of an inch from this end, and 1/4 of an inch, which is at 2 from this middle line. Go ahead and turn it, and one last time, 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. So that is what it looks like. Now, where you're going to be cutting, and I'm just going to take a pencil and kind of show you. So we're going to be cutting from the 1/4 of an inch and the 2 inch mark. Just cut on that line right in the middle. I hope you can see that. So once again, we're going to cut right here to right here, which is on this line. So from there to there, okay? I'm just going to do this to hopes that I don't lose you. So 1/4 of an inch to that 2 inch mark. And then once again, 1/4 of an inch down to that 2 inch mark. Now, we're just going to start at that 1/4 of an inch and go down to the 2 inch mark. And this is what it's, oops, let me do it a little bit. I need to push a little bit harder. Okay, so that is what it looks like. And as you can see, we're going to be taking our little pages that are made out of just copy paper, and that is going to just go right down in there. See how that just slides in? So let's go ahead and make all of our score lines. So it starts at that 1/4 of an inch, and it goes down to 2. So there's our second one. Start at 1/4 of an inch, go down to 2. There's our third one. And then our last one, 1/4 of an inch, down to 2. There is our fourth one. Now, go ahead and take your 4 pieces that we made out of just copy paper. This is going to just slide right in there. Do you see how that just works out just nicely? And before you glue it down though, you want to, I can't think of the term, but you want to make sure that nothing is overlapping before you start to glue. So do you see how there's just a little bit there that this lifts up and that this lifts up? So before you glue it, make sure, I think it's called form fitting. Make sure that all of your pieces, nothing overlaps, or your little book won't flip open both ways. And then our last piece will just go right in there. So do you see how nothing is overlapping? I just want to make sure that it's all nice and good and even. Now we'll flip it over, and this is where we will glue our little tabs down. Okay, but make sure that it is form fitting. I think that's the right term to use, that it's fitting it before you start to glue, because you might need to make some adjustments depending on if your measurements are exact or not. Okay. I'm just gluing these little tabs down. This is on the back side of this, okay? Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, so there is what we have. Now you can see as you go to fold all the pages over, they don't interfere with any of the other pages. Okay, that's the goal, is to make sure that they all just work independently. And then you should have like a little cross, okay, just like that. And that way you can put papers on all of the sides, and or photos. We'll first add our paper, but then you could certainly add photos on each one. That would make 8 photos, which would just be so cute the way that this works. So let's go ahead. We've made our entire base. Now we're ready to start decorating. So I'm going to sit my sliding waterfall and my interactive page just off to the side for a minute, and let's bring in our base. Okay, now for the base, I'll just bring in my one that's already made. We're going to add this pattern paper, and they're all just slightly less than 6 inches. I think it comes out to be 5 7/8. Just so there's a nice white border all the way around. And you can see how really pretty it makes it by having that border. Do you see that? Might be a little bit hard to see, but there is a nice border around there. Now this is what's going to go on top. Welcome to the good life. And I have popped up my embellishment with double pop-ups because I wanted the front to be kind of extra popped up. So I've got double pop-ups, and just get that centered on there. And there's our beginning. Now take this piece. This is going to be our spine. And let's go ahead and just add that on. We'll do the front, the side, and then the back. And then we'll start to do the inside of the album. So there is our spine. Boy, I love how all this paper coordinates. It is just adorable. Okay, so for the back side, it's going to be this piece that looks like a little ocean. Okay, that's going to go on the very back. Now, you know, you could certainly change this album up to make it, you know, more personalized. You don't have to do like the sliding waterfall or, you know, the 4-part flip page. I mean, whatever you want to do, feel free to use your creativity and make it that. So this is the back, and I am just kind of showing you how Nitwits has shown us how to make it. And so I'm making it exactly that way. Nitwits also has a wonderful tutorial on how to make this album also. So if, you know, you're not following the directions that I'm giving you, or I'm not being clear enough, feel free to go over to their site, and they'll also be making this exact mini album. And they have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tutorials. Okay, I'm going to take my little fishies, and I popped them up. Don't you just love this? Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. Okay, we've got a blue fish and a green fish and then another blue fish. Now there's one more section to this, and that is this little piece of paper right here. And it just goes about like that. I mean, feel free to put it wherever it feels good for you. I'm just going to slide mine down behind that popped up embellishment. Okay, so we've got the back, the spine, and then the front. Let's go ahead and start on the inside. Now, once again, my album does have writing on it, but that's okay. What we're going to do is let's take this piece. It has the green and blue flowers with 2 pink flowers in the corners. This is going to be the base for this first page, or I should say the front cover. The inside front cover. I don't want to get you guys mixed up. Okay. Now, this is where we can go ahead and take our base, and this is going to just go right down on the center. And we'll glue that on in a minute, but all these coordinating papers come with this kit. And so let's go ahead and lay those on first. And then I will show you how cute this is with all of the pages, all the little squares moving back and forth and side to side. It really is a darling, darling idea. Nitwit Collections never disappoints. They always have so many wonderful, wonderful ideas. I was super excited to share this with you because it is interactive. It's a fun, interactive mini album. So I'm just adding these little squares onto the front and back of my copy paper. Okay, a couple more. I hadn't ever seen one of these interactive mechanisms before, so this was new to me. I'm just going to go ahead and put all my pages up, and then you can glue this down right in the center. I'm going to glue that in the center. You know those Polaroid photos that are smaller? Wouldn't that be cute to have a Polaroid on each one of these cute little sections? Okay, so we've done that section. Now let's go ahead, and for our next page, it's going to be this page with the pink flowers on the bottom. And just go ahead and add your glue. Once again, there's a little border around all of this. So if you've cut your pages out, you'll have that little border all the way around. Now for this, we're going to take our square frame, and we're only going to glue it on 3 sides because we want to be able to push a photo through there. So let me show you. Just lining that up, and then this is going to stay open. So let me get a little piece of paper. You see how that's open so something can go in and out. Okay, and then you want to find the sentiment, moments like these, and that will go right there. I am going to add some pop-up tape. I've gone through and I've popped up most of my things, so I think it looks really cute. Moments like these. Okay, so there's that page. Now we are on to the next page. This is going to be the bottom, this blue and white paper. So let's get that glued down. So what do you think of this album? Don't you think it's adorable? And I think just by going step by step, it's kind of less intimidating. Do you know what I mean? Now this is going to be a slide pocket. So we only want to add glue on 3 of the sides so we can do a tuck pocket right here. So I'm just adding glue to 3 of the sides. just going to line it right up to the edge, but then this is going to be a tuck spot, okay? This is where this one goes. It's called Happy Days. Isn't that just so cute? I love it, I love it. And that goes in there just nicely. So this is our embellishment for right here. I've gone ahead and added some pop dots. And we'll just kind of center this little flamingo on there. Oh, I just love it. This kit is like summer vibes, summer vibes, summer vibes with the little flamingos, and I think the colors. Okay, now we're going to be on our waterfall page. So you want to grab this piece of paper with the pink flowers. That's going to be our base. So go ahead and get this glued down, and I'll show you how we're going to glue that sliding waterfall on so that it slides, okay? So let's grab our waterfall. And what you want to do is we had glued this down on the bottom page. Let me show you. So we glued that down on this bottom page. Now we are actually going to put glue on the tops of these, and only on the tops, because you only want glue on those two little tabs so that your little mechanism slides. So just glue on those two tabs. Now these tabs are not glued onto the album on the back side. It's just going to be on the outside side where it's going to hook onto our mini album. I hope that makes sense. I hope. Because this is such a darling, darling interactive element. Now, Relax goes right over here. And once again, I'm just showing you the way that Nitwits has made their album, but feel free to take it in whatever direction you would like. So that says Relax, and then here's a cute little oar that says Perfect Day. Makes me want to go kayaking. We're going to be heading up to the mountains, and so I think we will bring our kayaks. Okay, now we're ready to add our 4 pieces of pattern paper, and these will just go right on there, and it also has a very nice little border. So it's really hard to mess this mini album up. So we'll put that on top. Really no perfect way that you have to put these on. Or, you know, you could have this one on the back or this one on the bottom or whatever. Just know that there's a lot of flexibility in making this album. Okay, I'm just layering my little 3x3 squares. Actually, the pattern paper is a little bit smaller. It was the 3x3 was the actual base. And then let me show you how cute this is. Let me push down on that. Okay, let's get our pull tab on first. This says pull, so whoever you're going to be giving this to will know that's what to do. Or if you're just going to keep it for yourself. This turned out so cute that I want to keep mine for myself. So right here, you just pull this, and look how cute that is. And you push it, and it folds right back onto itself. Oh my goodness, I love this, I love this, I love this. Okay, we have 2 more pages to go. So on this back page, this kind of has a notch cut out. So we are only going to glue down the 3 sides so we can put things down inside it. So just on the 3 sides, you want to leave it open so you can make a tuck spot. And this is where this journaling card goes in. It's called Happy Thoughts. Doesn't that look so cute in there? Okay, now we're going to take our little tag that has a flamingo on it, and we're just going to put it right over here on the left side. Got my pop tape on. And there's our flamingo. So cute, right? Okay, we're onto the back page. So our back page is this water looking page. You see how it looks like there's waves on it? So this will go on the back. Once again, there's a nice border all the way around. That can help you know that your mini album is lining up. Now we're going to take this page. This is also a pocket with a notch. So once again, only on the 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And then line that up down at the bottom. And then it came with 3 of these really, really cute embellishments that you tuck down in. So you've got this one. See if we can get it tucked down in there. We've got this one, and then we've got this one, which you could add a photo under. Let me just push that down. So what a cute tuck spot right there, right? And then for our last embellishment, we are going to be adding this. And I'm just kind of putting it more over here to the left side. And believe it or not, we are done. So cute, right? You've got that, you've got the picture frame, you've got the tuck spot, you've got the sliding waterfall, you've got another tuck spot, you've got, and then on the last page, you've got another tuck spot with these cute 3 little embellishments, and then the back. So what do you guys think? That was so much fun. Now make sure you go in. If you're a bow person like me, add your bows, add some bling, make it pop a little bit with some bling. Anyway, but that was our cute little print, cut, and create mini album from Nitwits Collections called Lakeshore Cottage mini album. So anyway, I hope that you guys found this to be simple. I had so much fun teaching this. Please message me if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. Also, Nitwits Collections does have their own tutorial, and their tutorials are amazing. But thank you so much for joining me. It was wonderful to have you along. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. I would also love to have you subscribe to my channel. So have fun crafting, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.